Hi, YouTube. Before I moved to Thailand, there was an article in the paper that I just really couldn't wrap my head around. I couldn't understand it fully. And it was an article about people dying because of the cold. It got the temperature kind of cold, and yes, it was cold, but it wasn't that cold compared to, what we might experience in the United States. In the United States, you hear about cold snaps and freezes all the time, but you rarely hear about people dying unless they just can't afford to buy heat or something like that, but it's just rare. So I couldn't understand why, it seemed like people kept dying because of the cold until I moved here. I began to understand a lot more about
So the clothes here
Thailand.
are usually built very thin, very lightweight, usually not thick fabric. You can get a winter coat, but it's not something that you're going to find very well. I live in a smaller town, so it's not something that you're going to find everywhere. You're going to have to really look for it. And it may only be available in certain seasons, and that may be, and that's if you can afford a winter coat. And so that's probably where the problem is coming
Dealing with
in.
people
People
who
who don't have the resources to buy warm clothes, blankets, coats. Their homes are not insulated against the weather conditions, and so whatever weather that happens to come their way, they really just have to suffer it out, whether it's extreme heat or extreme cold.
I've lived here for over a year, and the way the homes are designed is really for warm weather. Um, I'll
This
show
is
you what
actually
I
my
mean.
side window. The window slats don't allow the window to seal closed. This is actually my front door, and you can see that it doesn't close, it doesn't seal when it's closed. You can actually see the outdoors just by looking through the crack in the door. This is my bathroom, and there is no window over the opening. It's just a screen.
Okay, there is windows that do not have glass in them. There are doors that don't fully seal closed, and doesn't really bother people that much because, well, for one thing, there's not a lot of crime here compared to the United States, and that's depending on where you live in
And it truly
Thailand.
makes sense because it's hot most of the time here. If there's a cold snap, it's a very short period of time. And most of the year it's going to be really warm. So people don't mind having windows that allow the air, whatever breeze that there might be, to blow through. In the mountains, in the hills, you tend to have tribes who are, very poor. Among many different groups. I can't name them all, but some of them have dirt floors. They don't have uh, a solid foundation. They have walls of their houses that basically are just planks of wood put up that don't seal together. They just really have a lean-to. It's just really not even a solid home. And so that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with people who really don't have resources. So they're living their life for, most of the time in Thailand, it's rare that you ever get any cold. And, so they don't have money to go out and buy winter coats. They don't have heaters in their home. Many don't have running water or even
So these are
just a few examples of some of the homes. And Thailand has maybe thousands of communities of people that live in the hills that are very poor like this. So being observant to that really has helped me to have compassion for people when I travel to the mountain areas. I, am more in tune to the suffering that people are going through. If you have friends who live in these kind of conditions, then you understand how to reach out to people and how to help and where the need is. In Thailand already, or if you're moving to Thailand, it really can help you to be a little bit more compassionate and aware of where a need is. I came to Thailand not so much to join the party scene, but to help. I do missionary type work. And if you, so like me, was wondering why people tend to die in Thailand when you have cold weather, that's my opinion. Um, and if you have any comments that you would like to add, something that I might have overlooked, I would be glad to hear your commentary and, you know, I'd be glad to hear what you have to say. I hope you enjoy my channel about Thailand. I really want to give an overview of what it's like to live here, from the food to the people to a little bit of everything. So I plan to continue to make as many videos as I can to kind of show people my perspective of living in Thailand, and I hope you enjoy it and follow me along. And if you have any comments, anything you want to add, please don't be shy. Just send me a comment in the box below, and I'll be glad to respond to whatever you have to say.